You are strongly against.
Absolutely. I think we should set a time and an age for when children should be allowed to have it done. It should be at least 10 years of age, because I think we're just forcing our children to be sexualised too early. We're slamming needles into their ears, 12 and 18-inch gauge needles. We don't need to do that. Our children are beautiful enough. There is no reason, no religion in this world, no culture in this world that will ostracise a child because they haven't got their ears pierced.
OK, well, you've covered a lot of ground there. Raj, let's speak to you because you've got a son and a daughter. Your daughter had her ears pierced when she was 5 years old.
That's correct.
It's your choice as a parent, surely, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's a parent's prerogative. And
but why is it a parent's prerogative?
No, but you were saying that, you know, it's causing damage. It actually isn't. The government agency that is out there, you know, the Public Health England, have stated that it's not of any imminent danger or threat to a child to have their ears pierced.
Do you support female genital mutilation?
Absolutely not. Now
Okay,
you're ridiculous.
no, I'm not. How can you possibly say that you're campaigning against that, but allow your child to have its ears pierced when there is no medical reason for that to be done? We need to draw a line in the sand. We need to say, for our daughters, for our mothers, for our aunts, for our grandmothers, that we stand to be the country that everybody else follows. And that's what I'm saying. It's about a broader debate. We need to protect our children. And this is one of the issues that I think we need to draw a line in the sand. Wales has become the first country to ban children under the age of 18 having intimate piercings. Why don't we follow suit?
Intimate piercings different to ear piercing.
That's right,
earrings.
So let's just get slightly back on track here. Is it child abuse?
It's not. That's ridiculous. Have you Googled child abuse?
Yes.
Definition of child abuse.
The definition of child abuse in this country is if it is illegal, then it becomes abusive. If you're inflicting
so you call me a bad parent? I've abused a child.
Yes,
It is not illegal.
I know, but
so let's just hear your point.
Well, basically, like I say, Public Health England have said it's of no imminent threat, it's no danger to a child.
Well, how did your child feel when she had
She wanted them done, Polly. She wanted them done.
She came to you and she said, I'd like to have
She'd been saying it for a long time, but you know what it's like, having 2 children under 5, we just didn't get round to it.
So on the day when she had this needle pushed through her ear, was she upset?
Like that.
Did she cry? Was she
Absolutely not. And if she'd felt any pain whatsoever, she would have been the first to say, oh my God, what are you doing to me? And she would have stopped it right there. It's so fast, it's so tiny, it's just done.
Why did you want it done? Because regardless of whether it hurts or whether they cry, or whether they ask you for it at 4, why did you want, as a mother, to make holes in your daughter's ears?
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds really bad, but it wasn't like that. She'd been asking this for a long time because, you know, I have my ears pierced. You know, my mother, it's part of our culture, you know. It's a huge thing. We go out and buy jewellery together. We have things made together, you know. And she'd seen this growing up and she'd been asking for a long time, I'd like my ears pierced.
So, in fact, it was a family bonding.
Yes, it is, absolutely, because, you know, we have our jewellery made. We go to a goldsmith together and we have everything made. And she'd seen this growing up. She'd seen us picking out designs and trying to, you know, find out what we wanted to wear to whatever.
So it's understandable if a child wants to be part of that. I mean, you said
Holly,
it's not a cultural
thing. I think it's
thing.
very important that we allow our daughters to make the decision, be part of the process, but at an age where they can actively, properly make that decision. Just to be like mummy doesn't necessarily make it right. And to claim cultural differences, again, that's not right. I think there is no culture in this world that would ostracise a child. And we are an infusion of cultures. It's about time we said, you know what? You can go out and do that with your child when they're 10 years and older. You can save the beautiful gold jewellery that has been sent from India by your relatives and let them use it then, or you can have it done into necklaces. It can still be part of the culture, but you can say, you know what, I want to join the other people who are wanting to bring about change, not just about ear piercing, but about a bigger picture. And I think that's what we get so angry. The reason we get so het up about this is because so many people have had their ears pierced at a very young age, and it creates a lot of disharmony. If I had a dog, and I do have a dog, I brought him into this studio with both his ears pierced, with studs in them, I would likely be ostracised by the entire world. People would be outraged. Now, we have to look at it from that level as well.
Let her answer.
83% of the world's population have their ears pierced.
Yes, and 75% of the British population want it banned.
We didn't have any issues with my daughter. She was 5 years old. She was given an aftercare kit. You know, we gave her the responsibility of looking after her
because
own
there
ears.
is that. I mean, there are health implications. I think this is actually why Wales have gone into banning, because it was the toxic shock. There's lots of help where they weren't looking after them properly.
You can get allergies to the metals, you can get keloids, you can get infections. Now, that may not occur. That occurs in about 25% of cases. But the reality is, your child really is still very, very young. I asked my daughter, she's 7, and I said to her, you know what do you think about this? And she said, I think they should wait till they're older, Mummy. And I said, why? And she said, well, because it would hurt, but also because how do the adults know what their ears are going to look like from the mouths of babes?
You say that, when we've discussed this so many times, that, you know, sort of children are different, children's attitudes are different, children grow up differently, children are brought up differently. There's a big difference between why would they do that, in which case, all right, well, we're not going to make you have your ears pierced because you don't want them pierced. But when it's a mother-daughter bonding moment, it's a cultural thing. They're
still
sharing.
Have that moment, but at 10 years of age.
Who are you to say how another woman should bring up her daughter? If that's what you want to do, then that's what it is. What you've said was saying it's culturally acceptable is going down the same path as Adolf Hitler.
Well, what I've said is it's one of those arguments that a lot of despots around the world use cultural differences as the reason that they should inflict pain on other people.
I just find it difficult to, like, Adolf Hitler and earrings.
Exactly,
you know,
thank you.
It's an extreme position, and when we come here to debate, we're asked to take extreme positions, but we're also asked to discuss and ask people to think about things on very much a global scale.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, does your child absolutely need holes in their ears? The answer is no, not until they're old enough to control their body image.